Hello, I'm Julia Jessel. I'm Deputy Leader of Planning and Neighbourhoods, and this short film is to give you a quick overview of our new Neighbourhood Fund. The local authority, East Staffordshire, has committed to another 3 years of supporting communities like yourself to do projects, support activities that you believe are a priority in your area. We've got a new Neighbourhood Fund which will help to support you in bigger, more ambitious projects. This is a really exciting opportunity for all of us to work together, for us as a local authority to help you, and for you to deliver those things, facilities, activities in your area which are important to you. I hope you find this film informative and look forward to receiving those brilliant funding applications from you all. Thank you.
The new process, like the old process, is 3 stages. But what's new? The most important new feature is the fact that this is now a rolling programme. You don't have to wait till November before you nominate your project. You can come to us at any time. So if you've got an idea about a project, just contact us and we can take you into this new process. There is guidance available to help you through the process. And what follows is a brief overview of those 3 stages.
The first stage is the expression of interest form. On this form, we'll ask details about what your project is, where it's taking place, how you know it's needed, and also an idea of what the costs might be. As before, we fund up to 50% of the total project costs. Things that we won't fund are things like salaries, professional fees, and service provision. But if you've got an idea, just have a chat with one of us in the Neighbourhood working team. The expression of interest form will go to the monthly panel meeting, and the panel will make the decision about whether your project can go forward to the next stage.
So now we move to the presentation stage. That might sound a bit scary, but it's not. We're not actually looking for a slick presentation. We will help and support you to find the best format for your presentation. But the idea is that you bring your ideas to the panel and you provide them with the information that they're looking for that will enable them to make a decision. But we'll be there to help you.
Stage 3 is the final stage. By this point, everything should be ready to go with your project. All that you need to do is submit your final funding application. All of your match funding should be in place. You should know the total costs for your project and have quotes. All of the technical details that you needed to find out following your presentation stage should also be in place. So then, Jackie, do you want to tell us about the neighbourhood projects that you undertook along the old railway line?
Well, we've done 2 projects. We have improved the surface from the gate there to a little bit further down here into the church. This is a very well used path, both by residents of Denstone and also by visitors. But in the winter it was terribly muddy, and it got worse because people came off what was the path, used this green bit, went up on the platforms. So we applied to the Neighbourhood Forum and explained that we wanted to improve the surface, and that happened. And as you can see now, it's a really well compacted surface. People can walk up and down without getting wet. It is also used by people on horseback, and that has proved very good as well because they've not churned it up, which is what people thought would happen.
So how did you go about getting the match funding for the project?
Well, we were a bit frightened at first because we thought, we haven't got that amount of money to be able to do it. But with Andy and Sarah's help, it was explained that we could actually use volunteers to put a pot of help that way into it. So with the help of some very good residents, we've managed to do that. We had fantastic support. I can't thank Andy and Sarah enough for what support they gave us, because filling out some of the forms at first we thought were very daunting, but Sarah was either on the end of the phone or Andy was, or I could email you and Sarah would explain what we'd missed off, what more information we needed to get. But it isn't as daunting as when you first look at the form. All you really need to do is, if you're struggling, ask Sarah or Andy and they will help you. And they will help you all the way through.
We have different activities in our center. We have English classes, different level English classes for women, and also we have activities for children like Persian classes, and also we have like exercise for women. Also we trying to have a youth club for young people, and also we gathering here sometime for some events like International Women's Day, and also like Nowruz and other events.
Explain briefly the support in the early stages of this project that you received from the Neighbourhood team.
The support was fantastic, and I'm not just saying that, it was actually it was proven support, because what it enabled us to do was go through the planning process initially, in terms of how to open a centre, because for a community that's only been here for 15 years, in terms of planning they had no idea of which direction to take. So the Neighbourhood team was critical in this. It was critical in terms of giving that support, but also signposting as well. So and I would almost put it down as like mentoring. They were mentoring the community, but also saying to the community that you need to be doing this yourself. So when they've been to the Neighbourhood Fund and the forum, it opened their eyes in terms of how they need to engage, and the ongoing phone calls to support and say how you're getting on. It meant a lot. And also the fact that they don't need to necessarily rely on other people to do the work, but they take the ownership and the initiative themselves. And I think the forum did that for them. And also the team also advised, in terms of the Neighbourhood team, they were advising correctly in terms of this is what you need to do, not this is what we can do for you, but more importantly, this is what you need to be doing yourself, and that is the recipe for success.